Hey, Shalom, y'all. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, infinite glory, and the honor unto the Most High, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, HAMASHIach, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kodash. I also want to give double honors to all the elders and the Akim out there that's preaching, teaching His word in truth and in sincerity, doing everything to make a calling and election sure. Shalom to y'all and y'all families. I also want to say Shalom to all the Akim and the Akwatham out there that's out there receiving, learning, believing, and keeping the faith. You true, sincere believers out there, Shalom to y'all and y'all families as well. It's the brother Malak. I'm a wine, back in the spirit once again, here to feed the lambs and the sheep of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI through the Holy Spirit of Kakwadash. And Lord, will this lessons edifying for the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel only. So today's lesson just can go to the fact that you jakes in the military, y'all got a decision to make like right now. Y'all got to make a very quick decision, and the decision that you make is going to determine, your fate with Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because y'all are fucking directly with Esau's army, man. You jakes out there in the military, you fucking directly, you the literal sword for Esau, man. You the sword for Esau. And being the sword for Esau, you're gonna be on the front lines to actually go fight in World War III, along with the quote unquote regular civilians that are gonna get drafted into World War III. You the front line, you the first ones to go, man. And also you're gonna be the whipping stick for Esau Edom to enforce those New World Order measures on the common people, and Jake, you're gonna be enforcing those measures on Jake, in this New World Order society that's coming in, man. You're gonna be the ones that's used to push to mass jab people, which are already being. Esau's already using his military to do that, but it's gonna be even more pronounced and on the scene. You're gonna be the ones that's used to chip people, man. You're gonna be the ones that's used to enforce martial law. You along with the UN soldiers, but you regular quote unquote regular troops, you gonna be used for that as well, man. You gonna be used to touch the apple of the Lord's eye, the righteous Jake. You gonna be used in the FEMA camps to place righteous Israelites who don't want to submit to the demands of Esau in the guillotine to chop their heads off, man. You're gonna be used to go try to go into the wilderness and gather Israelites. You're gonna be used for that in the time of Jacob's trouble. You're gonna be used at the checkpoints to make sure people can't get in and out of where they want to go if they don't have a jab, if they don't have a chip. You're gonna be used, man. The Army, the National Guard, the motherfucking Coast Guard, the Navy, the Marines, all y'all gonna be used for that, man. The reserves of all those branches, you're all gonna be used for that, man. So you gotta decide: is that worth sacrificing righteousness and the kingdom, and ultimately serving your power, being aligned with your God? Because if you got to be aligned with someone. If you're not aligned with your God, you're gonna be aligned with. Well, you're not. If you're not aligned with the God, the only God, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI of Israel, that's your nation. You're not aligned with that God. You're gonna be aligned with a God. It's gonna be your God, being Esau Edom, because you literally are gonna be on the front lines to receive orders from him and enact them on masses of people in everyday society, in many ways that I just outlined, and even more. So you got a decision to make, and the Most High is providing an avenue via this jab. He's providing an out for you jakes, but you got to make the right decision. You got a lot of jakes out there that almost done and can retire from the military. Like, I don't want to. I just got 1 more year. I got 2 more years. Got 3 more years. I don't want to give up on these benefits, man. Hey, man, it ain't time for all that. It ain't trying to store up benefits here. We trying to store up benefits with Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI so that he takes care of us in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. So he looks after us. We trying to store up those benefits, and have those benefits laid up with the Most High. So during the time of Jacob's trouble, when we need water, when we need food, he like, you know what? You've been a good and faithful servant. I got you. That's what we're trying to lay up, and that's the kind of benefits we need to receive. Because all the benefits you can get from the military, them shit's gonna be null and void unless you got a chip, man. In the next upcoming years. So it's time to make the right decision, and the Most High is providing an avenue for you to do so if you're willing to sacrifice this world for the spiritual. If you realize that serving your God is more important than serving the God of this world. which you will be doing direct in a direct way, being his literal sword, if you choose to stay in the military and not branch out and serve your power, man. No pun intended. Salaki, someone called me. But yeah. So let's get into the article. Actually, let's get into a precept before we get into the article. Salaki, let's get into this precept. This is Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for he either will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and mammon. You can't, man. If you got to choose one. If you choose to stay in the military and take that job, you're choosing to serve mammon, and that comes with a wide array of responsibilities. And those responsibilities from mammon are going to cause judgment, consequential judgment with Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. You know? So the Most High, like I said, is providing an avenue for it out if you're willing to go in that way spiritually. Because you can't serve two masters. Esau wants your, when you're his military man, he wants your undivided attention and an undivided submission to his orders. But that's what Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI wants as well. So you got to choose one. You know? And if you choose Esau, you will choose hatred for Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Because those actions that you're going to have to do in the upcoming years are going to be direct actions that, upcoming months and years against, righteous Jakes and the persecution of righteous Jakes, being a member of Esau's military and his militia. That's going to be direct actions against Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And most High going to destroy you for that, man. Because you're going to have to be held accountable for that. Like the scriptures say, every man have to be accountable. He going to have to be accountable for every idle word he speak. That's not just what your words, but your actions as well, because your actions are just a manifestation of your words and vice versa, man. So you're going to be held accountable for those idle actions that you do in that day via working for Esau's military. But let's go into the article. It says, Pentagon mandates U.S. military service members to receive C-19 jab immediately. So it says Pentagon is mandating that the U.S. military service members get fully jabbed against C-19 immediately after the FDA fully approved the Pfizer BioNTech CV jab this week after careful consideration with medical experts and military leadership and with the support of the president. I've determined that mandatory jabs against C-19 disease 2019 or C disease 2019 is necessary to protect the force and defend the American people, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin wrote in a memo released Wednesday. You know what's funny when you really look at that and analyze that? When it says protect the force and defend the American people, what that's talking about, the force that you're gonna end up protecting is the force of the beast, man. You're protecting the beast system. You're protecting Pan. You're protecting Satan, man. That's pretty much what you're doing, when you or the Baphomet, Baal, whatever entity whatever name you want to call that entity. That's who you protecting, So you take that jab and you choose to stay in his military, you're gonna end up for whatever reason you choose to do, whether that be just to get some benefits from it, whether that be because you don't think that you're ready to move on to the next step, or whether that be because for certain you have to face certain consequences, it's like discharge consequences and things like that. Whatever it may be, however you want to chop it up. If you stay in his army, if you stay in his military, you will be used to protect them and usher in the beast system. And the defending of the American people, that's going to be defending the people that want to go align with the beast system, but you're going to be persecuting the people that don't want to align themselves with the beast system. And majority of the people that's not going to align themselves with the beast system is Israelites. So you're going to be in charge of persecuting Israelites, man. If you choose to stay with Esau and his militia, you are going to be charged with persecution of Israelites from Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And he gonna take you out and destroy you for that, man. Let's go. Let's get a precept. Proverbs. Let's go to the 17th chapter. Actually, no, let's go to the 21st chapter. It's Proverbs 21 and 15. Proverbs 21 and 15. It is joy to do to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. So you're working iniquity, man, if you stay in Esau's army and persecute Israelites. If you're one of those ones, along with the UN soldiers as well, don't get it twisted. That's still going to be a major factor. Them trained assassins that's fighting over there, or that's stationed in some fucking mountain in Russia, just ready to attack. You know, but you quote unquote regular military members as well, man, you're gonna be you're gonna be working that iniquity as well, because you're gonna be one of the main people that's used to usher to enforce the beast system on the public at large, man, and persecute the people who don't want to align themselves with it. So you're gonna be working iniquity because you're gonna be touching the apple of the Lord's eye, and he gonna cause destruction to you. He gonna kill you, man. YAHAWASHI don't take that lightly. So there's something to look out for. But continuing on, he said he added, to defend this nation, we need a healthy and ready force. The Pentagon previously said that Austin would likely take this step once one of the C-19 jabs received full authorization from the FDA. On Monday, the FDA granted full approval to the Pfizer-BioNTech C-19 jab, which is the only C-19 jab thus far that has received full authorization by the FDA. In his memo, Austin said that he is directing the military department services to immediately begin full jabbing. So immediately, so whatever branch of the military you're in, I think this applies to reserves as well. It says right here, of all armed forces members or in the ready reserve. So if you're in the ready reserve, man, hey, you're going to have to get jabbed, or you're going to have to face whatever. You're going to have to do whatever you got to do to get out that, man. Do whatever you got to do to leave. So the Most High is providing an avenue for you to escape the coming judgment from him if you side with Esau and all the measures that you're going to have to, and all the enforcing of his beast system that you're going to have to take part in by siding with him and his military. So you got to think circumspect, man, because the days are evil. You got to make the right decision and you got to make a spiritual decision, not a worldly decision. Because the fashion of this world is going to pass away. So there's no point in trying to store up any treasure here, man, because we can see the writing on the wall. So you might as well make a spiritual decision and store up treasure with YAHAWASHI so that in the time of trouble, you can be protected. In the time of trouble, you're not going to be the one that's bringing in more damage. Now, that's ultimate prophecy at the end of the day, so it is what it is. But, you're going to be doing damage against the Lord's anointed. So he going to do damage against you because of that, man. Let's get a precept. It's Zechariah 2 and 8. I'm sorry, 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. So if you take part in touching with the apple of the Lord's eye, man, the Most High is gonna shake his hand against you, man. The Most High is gonna take that right arm of protection that's on the elect and use it in the opposite end and put that right arm of judgment on you. He gonna shake shit up, man, and that's not even going into you gonna have to go into the Valley of Jehoshaphat to fight and die in World War III. That's just if you in Babylon, man, and you doing damage over here. You trying to. Oh shoot, this shit is shut down. That's like if you doing damage over here, man. You trying to shoot at Israelites. You trying to go out into the woods and capture Israelites. You doing kick doors and breaking down people and dragging them into FEMA camps. You got certain stations in the streets and all and whatnot, and you implementing the chip, and you placing the chip in people's foreheads or in their hands, whatever it may be. You have the checkpoints, making sure people got their chips before they can go in and out of a city. All that is trying to touch the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Because if you find out someone's not aligned with that system, you gonna be charged. You according to Esau, how Esau's going to instruct you to do so, man. You're gonna have to take them into a camp or a facility, or you have to persecute them right there. And the Most High is gonna destroy you because you touching the apple of His eye, because you touching His servants, man. So be very careful. The decision. This is a very crucial decision for a lot of you jakes out there in the military. The wrong one could get you fucked up and deeper in his system, and that's the thing with Esau and dealing with his military and whatnot. Going back to the article, that's the thing fucking with Esau and his military and whatnot, because so like I'm just going back to the point I was. Yeah, I was about right here. That's the thing with fucking with Esau and his military and whatnot. Because, damn, I forgot my train of thought. Salat. Yeah, that's the thing with fucking with Esau and his military and whatnot. Because you're going to be like a person who's on the front lines on implementing a lot of the more destructive measures in society. So if it's a very, very integral and crucial decision that y'all got to make right here, man. And that's the thing with the military as well. This is the point I really wanted to hit on. You never like when you enlist in the military, they give you a bunch of jabs and a bunch of shots and all this kind of stuff, and you don't know what the fuck that shit is. So it actually brings me back to a movie that I seen a while back, like about 7 months ago. I was watching this movie. It was a scene where the military members, all the military members of this particular society, before they went to go fight and before they went to go round up all the people who could see through the system, basically everyone that could see through the facade and see through the matrix, they had marks on those people, and we can liken those people unto the elect. And the military fashion of that society was they gave them like a serum and whatnot. They shot something in their arm, and that put them in a state of being under mind control. Basically, they were just mind controlled assassins at that point in time. And Esau Edom may fuck around and do that to y'all, man. Who want to still fuck around with his military and all that. And then you don't even have a mind of your own at this point. And now you see a Jake that you believe, that you perceive that might be of the elect, that's not fucking with this new world order system and all that. That ain't taking Esau's wicked devices and can see through the bullshit. Man, your first thought is gonna be kill that nigga. Your first thought is gonna be destroy him. Because Esau either may put something in may have to give y'all another shot that it's like a shot that is used, or some kind of, they may put some kind of potion in your arm or in your forearm and whatnot that puts you under a spell of mind control. Man, you know that they got all this kind of shit and technology and all that with the MK Ultra and all. They may do MK Ultra on the military in that day. And all y'all can think in that time is, kill righteous Israelites. And you're gonna be touching the apple of the Lord's eye, and you're gonna have to face heavy judgment for that from YAHAWASHI. He's not gonna take that lightly at all. So you got a decision that you jakes out there in the military have a very, very interesting decision to make very soon. But continuing on. In his memo, Austin said that he is directing the military. I read that already. I want to get this last point before I go into the precepts. It says, for now, this mandatory jab would be just Pfizer, and we'll see where it goes to other licensures. He said service members actively participate in C-19 jab clinical trials, or with religious reasons, or with a pre-existing condition and advised by a doctor not to receive the jab will be exempt from the mandate. So, that's for now, and that's because that's what this Pfizer one right now. But once all three of these are implemented, man, once all three of these forms of other licensors of these companies get FDA approval, it's going to be mandated fully. So that's only going to last for so long, because like they were saying earlier in the article, what they're saying, how they're casting it is, you have to be. It's for the measures of protecting the people who are protecting the people, protecting the forces of the people, so that they can help the American public. But their view of helping the American public is pushing the mark of the beast and pushing the beast system down the throats of the American public. And anyone who doesn't want to submit themselves to that, they deem as a threat. So it's going to be on both ends. You're going to be working to assist the people who don't really who are sheep, and you're going to be used to destroy people who can see through the bullshit and see through the facade. You know, so you gotta. This is not time to be trying to play around with his military and play around, trying to be a patriot and all that bullshit, man. This ain't the time for all that. But let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. It's Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither will seek the Lord. So, you got to think about it. In this society, man, this modern day Egypt, this spiritual Egypt that Babylon is, that America is, who is the military capital of the world? Who is the number one military in the world? That's America, man. That's Egypt, spiritual Egypt. So America's military is cast as mighty and powerful and strong. And the scriptures say, woe to them that trust in Egypt and trust in their chariots and their horsemen, because they're very strong. So you woe to you if you or destruction to you if you get caught up in the allure of the strength of this military, because that same strong military is going to be used to heavily enforce and to heavily push down the throats and enforce the New World Order system when they see ready fit for it to be more overt and more overt in society and whatnot. You're gonna be used to do that. So I'm gonna go to verse 2. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. So, man, if you assist in the work of iniquity, you're an evildoer, man. If you're assisting the mystery of iniquity being forecasted and shown to the world, being obviously seen amongst everybody in the world, if you're assisting in that, if you're a background player of that, hey man, you're bringing evil onto the public, man. You're assisting the workings of evil. You're assisting in Esau trying to get back the birthright. So what is the Most High gonna do to you? He gonna destroy your ass, man. Because you're showing yourself more loyal to the God of this world than the God of the Bible, than the God of everything, than the only true God. And that's just within the realm of Babylon, man. Most I will use many measures to take you out, whether that be YAHAWASHI, coming down with a chariot on you and a missile pouring out of it, or whether that Esau give you some kind of thing, your body reacts negatively to it and you can't take it, or you go kill yourself for going crazy, whatever it may be, or another military member airs you out and shoots out on you, or one day you just wake up and decide, I don't want to do this no more, but you're too deep in, and they say, oh no, you ain't just leaving, and they take your ass out. All these different scenarios can happen if you choose to keep fucking around with Esau and his army. So, hey, the Most High, like I said earlier, is providing the avenue for you jakes in the military to exit via not taking the jab. But if you still trust in his society, and you still trust in what his military can provide you right now, then you're going to fall further and further and further in to the point where there's no way out for you anymore. You're going to try to seek it out, and it's not going to be there anymore, because the Most High's like, I gave you a solution. You didn't want to listen. So now you got to die. And now you got to be used as a mind-controlled slave from Esau to implement the New World Order. Something you never thought that you'd be doing. But that's what's going to happen if you keep fucking around and being his whipping stick and being his sword, man. Because that's what you are. You can cast it however you want to cast it. When you're in his military, you are his whipping stick. You are his sword. It is what it is. But like I said, that's just from a Babylonian sense. Let's go to what else can happen to you. The other scenario, this is Joel chapter 2 and verse 20. But I will move far off from you the northern army. And that's talking about the army of America. The land of the unknown, or the land of the north, is talking about America. And will drive him into a land barren and desolate. That land barren and desolate is referring to a desert, aka the Middle East, which is the valley of Jehoshaphat, or the valley of YAHAWASHI, which is where World War III will be fought. With his face toward the EC and his face towards the EC and his with his face toward the EC and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And the EC is talking about the Persian Gulf, and the utmost sea is talking about the Red Sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. So that's the thing. The Most High is going to drive that northern army, aka the army of Babylon, into the Valley of Jehoshaphat to fight and duke it out in World War III. So if you keep fucking around Esau's military and all that, man, you thinking, man, I'm just here for the benefits. I'm just here for the, I'm just here to, to make some money and provide for my family and get some military benefits and whatnot. Hey, man, you gonna fuck around and have to fight in World War III. you gonna fuck around and have to duke it out against, against the armies of Gog and Magog. Russia, Persia, China, Ethiopia. Not Persia, Iran, and all the other countries that's going to team up with Russia. You're going to have to end up fighting in that. And you will die. You ain't going to make it up out of it. You're going to die. Because the Most High is going to kill that whole land. The Most High is going to destroy that. The Most High is going to destroy everything in that land, including the people. So you're going to end up dying over there fighting in World War III, something you never thought you would do. You were just in there for some benefits, and you're going to have to end up fighting in World War III. That's how it's going to turn out. That's how it's going to play itself out to be. So you got to be careful, man, and make the right decision, because if you don't, you will be in that northern army going over to fight, and you will die. Let's get another precept, though. This is Zechariah. Actually, I'm going to go to Zephaniah. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured by the fire of my jealousy. So when we go into that assembling of the kingdoms, that's going to be those kingdoms assembled in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Actually, let's just get that real quick. And that's also the battle of Armageddon. This is the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, and the 1st verse. Actually, I'm going to just get the 2nd verse. I will gather all nations and will bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat. So all the nations be brought in the valley of Jehoshaphat. So if you from a westernized American perspective, that's going to be that northern army, because that's Babylon's army. So Babylon's army is going to be brought into the valley of Jehoshaphat. So you're going to have to end up fighting in World War III against all these other heathen nations if you don't take heed and don't see the out where you got the out, man, by not taking the jab. But if you choose to take it, and cross the Most High, and don't keep the word of his patience, don't suffer with him, he will deliver you to death, man, to be killed off by some fucking, little Chinese boy, or whatever, man. So a little fucking Arabian, grenade boy, little boy holding a grenade or some shit. You gonna be taken out, man. So all the nations gonna be gathered into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and that's where the Most High is gonna do damage. Let's go back to Zephaniah 3. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until that day where I will rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. And that wait ye is talking about the elect. And that prey is talking about the heathens, man. You know, because they're gonna be the ones that are used gonna be used to fight in World War III in the valley of Jehoshaphat. For my determination to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation. So that righteous anger, that wrath the Most High has for these for all these other nations. If you part of that northern army, you're gonna take part in that, man, because the Most High is gonna kill Babylon, man. Most High is gonna destroy everything associated with Babylon, especially something that props Babylon up to the power that it has, which is military. Most High gonna destroy that, man. So if you were Jake and his military and fucking with Esau's army, or fucking with Esau's military, I'd rather say, and you have to end up going to World War III to fight over there, man, you're gonna get destroyed, man. Most High's gonna kill everything in that land, like I said. Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So, as we can see right here, the Most High is not playing. You know, he ain't playing at all. So you gotta take heed to you gotta take heed to the signs, recognize the signs of the times, take heed to the signs and wonders, and when the spirit is made, when it's made obvious via the spirit what the right decision to make that decision, and don't fuck around with the workers of iniquity more than the allotted time, because that's the scriptures say, we use the world, we don't abuse the world. So if you were in the military, I'm not saying that you was wicked and all that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that one bit. If you was in the military and all that, you know, working your job and this and the third, I'm not saying you was wicked. But if you continue to be in his army after he's mandated something, mandated the jab, which is going against the ways of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and lining yourself up with the beast in doing so, if you continue to fuck with Esau's military, then you be going off, man. And the Most High will take you out because of that. Because all the things you're going to have to do being associated with him, and the persecution you're going to have to ensue, and the forceful nature you're going to have to ensue on the people who are against the beast system, which is going to be majority righteous Jakes. That blood is going to be on your hands, man. You're going to have too much blood in your hands, and most of he going to have to take you out because of it. So I just want to give all the praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Kakadash. Lord, will his lessons edifying for the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Abba, Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom.